Hello everyone, welcome to a new YouTube video. As you can see by the background, I have finally moved out. That is right, I'm in my own apartment where I can literally do anything I want. Now, even though I just moved out, there's still some tips I want to give to some of you guys who are yet to move out and are thinking about it. Just some important tips from my experience as someone who just moved in at 20 years old. I'll put some clips here on the screen on the move-in process, but other than that, here we go on the tips. Now, when I first moved in, it was very exciting. As you can see, I've been walking through the hallways and I just have that excitement look in my eye. All right, you guys, we're moving in. Today's the day, and I'm gonna show you guys my unit here. And I've been in my apartment before for a tour, but I did not remember the hallway being this long. And being on the second floor, that did not help when it came to moving big objects because it was really heavy. But luckily, I had some people who could help me out and move stuff in my apartment. Now just know that moving in is not hard in terms of getting all your stuff inside, but I'd say it's more time consuming of setting everything up inside, especially if you're building new things like a bed frame, or you're unboxing a bed, or you're trying to build up a desk. All of that stuff could take you up to a few hours to a whole day. And I just couldn't imagine doing all this if I was in a skyrise apartment where I had to go in a big elevator and go up 50 floors. But luckily, this apartment is pretty peaceful and I hardly run into people in the building. But after setting up stuff in your apartment, everything you brought, there will still be something more you need. Like, you will start to need stuff that you never thought you would need, like mops, kitchen silverware trays, a dish rag. And these things are so small, but they're so useful, especially if you want to just have a more convenient apartment. Now, moving in, I wanted that minimalistic look and not have a whole bunch of crammed up stuff in my room. And so far, I would say that's going pretty good. I'll put a picture on the screen here of what my room looks like as of right now. Now, outside the room, there's still many things we need to work on, like mounting a TV and setting up more ambient lighting. Now, even those things are unnecessary, I still want that cozy look and make the most out of this apartment, because I used to always see those ambient lighting videos on my For You page, and dude, those apartments look so cozy. But other than that, my main goals of this apartment is just keeping it clean and a good space to make content. The whole reason I wanted to move out was so I could make content a whole lot easier without any background noise, distractions, and just being in my own space, because I used to always be paranoid about background noise and always about people coming in and out of my room. Now that I have my own office in my room, I can literally grind whenever and whatever. So one of my first tips for you if you're young and you're planning to move out is start to make a move-in list. I don't care if you're 16 and you're not planning to move out till you're 25. Make a list, because it'll be a lot easier later in life. You can literally check stuff off and go shopping and make it a whole lot more convenient when you're gathering stuff. Now, lucky for me, I do have a car and I'm not far from stores, so I can always pick up stuff I need. But trust me, going back and forth is not ideal if you're going somewhere far away. But speaking of location, is second tip: pick somewhere where you might actually enjoy living. Now, this sounds like common sense, and for me, I took that risk of moving somewhere where I'm not surrounded by the stores I like. Like, I used to have all the fast food chains and Costco, Sam's Club, those big chains in the old town. But in this new place, I literally have Aldi, Cub Foods, a few local gyms, and I said Target, I believe. But other than that, it's pretty boring. Now, there were a lot more things to do in my old town, but the purpose I moved here was to grind and make content, right? So I purposely moved here because I knew there was nothing around, no distractions. So yeah, that's my second tip. Location's important. Just make sure you know where you are and make sure you actually like the area. Now, my last tip for anyone moving in for the first time is going to be a financial tip, and that's to save up. You do not want to worry about rent each month or even a few months ahead, which is why over the 3 months during summer, I saved up literally my whole lease, like duration amount of money. And this will just help me not be worried about not paying rent, because if you do not pay rent, bro, I don't even want to know how much that could be. But it also just gives you less stress so you can work on the important things. But I know a lot of you watching this are probably really young and are not there yet. So just work a part-time, save up. But the most important things, find a location where you want to live, have a plan, and make sure you actually enjoy what you're doing. But yeah, that is it for this video. Guys, I'm finally moved in. If you want to see more of the apartment, I might do a tour here on YouTube, but I'm going to be making a lot of videos regardless. So if you want to check that out, subscribe and like, I appreciate it. And one last thing, I want to say thank you to all my supporters on TikTok, especially because that's where most of my finance comes from. But last thing I want to say is thank you to the supporters on TikTok, because guys, that is what's helping me pay off this apartment. So thank you guys, seriously. I'm super grateful.